Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and we are going to continue our unboxing madness of another Too Many Bones product, which is going to be released here sometime around Gen Con as well for Kickstarter backers very soon. This one is called 40 Days in Daelore, and it's an additional group of baddies and encounters that are going to add into Too Many Bones. Now, it's been some time since I've looked into this one, so we're going to be exploring this one together. The artwork on this thing looks awesome just from the get-go. This, again, is created by Adam and Josh Carlson of Chip Theory Games, and you can see right here in the bottom left-hand corner of the box, it says Encounters and Baddies only, requires the actual base game to play. It's got some fantastic artwork, which is hard to see when the shimmer of the shrink wrap is still on. So in a second here, I'm just going to flip this over. We'll talk about the back, the external parts of the box, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut into this thing and take a look at some of the artwork and the cards and everything else that comes in this. This is going to be a little bit of a surprise for me because I have drawn a little bit of a blank over time as to what's actually included in these two, besides knowing that, and when I say these two, it's because I actually have this one here, which is going to give us Baddies and Encounters, as well as another one, which I'll be unboxing following this, which is going to give campaign components, which is going to just be mind-blowing the amount of content that is going to be in this package in total between Undertow and 40 Days and Tyranny. It's just insanity. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut into this thing, but just before we do that, we'll flip it over. I'll show you guys the sides of the box. This is kind of what you're dealing with artwork-wise. If you like to store things vertically, that's kind of what the look and style of the box looks like from all angles. That's actually probably the coolest side right there because you got the title and you've even got some artwork as well as Too Many Bones in the middle, but there's different variations across the box depending on how you want to store it. There is the back of the box. So this says 40 Days in Daelore. So I'm just going to do a quick zoom in here. We're going to actually take a look at some of the back of the box contents. So let's go right to the top here to start. So the very first thing I'm seeing is a bunch of cards. It is saying, of course, additional baddies, additional cards. These are encounter cards. It does say right here a little bit about this, so let's read it. It says, every day is a new adventure. 40 Days in Daelore introduces 23 group, 12 solo, and 5 Tyrant/special, usable in both group and solo, brand new encounters. So those 5 Tyrant and special can be used in solo or in group play, plus you get the 23 group and the 12 solo, so that's pretty cool. These are all encounters in general, but of course there's different types. Along with 15 unique baddies to bolster the enemy ranks in Too Many Bones. This is going to give you a little bit more replayability, different, there's a potential for different abilities on the actual chips themselves and all that kind of stuff, so just more variety, I guess, in that land, and that's really, really cool. You're going to get new stories, new headaches, of course, because they'll come with new skills and new abilities. New baddie skills will surprise you at every turn. They're designed to make you think, laugh, and even occasionally test your dexterity. 40 Days in Daelore is a collection of content that will add near infinite replayability to Too Many Bones, and that's awesome. That's really what a lot of us want. It's just something to really spice up what we already loved about the original game. There it is right there, a little bit about the box contents down below. 1 to 4 Gearlocs is playable. We're, of course, focusing on the solo side of things. 12 plus, 60 to 90 minutes. 23 group encounters, 12 solo, 5 Tyrant and special, 1 PVC card box, 15 baddies, 1 chip case, and 1 reference sheet. Without further ado, let's cut into this thing and see what's inside. I'm just going to go ahead, we're going to pan this back out. Sorry about the abrupt pan there. That might have made half of you guys extremely sick, but I'm excited, and I'm not going to hide that fact. So let's go ahead and cut into this thing and see what we've got. So again, for those of you that are waiting on the Kickstarter, this will be coming if you purchased it as part of the in the Pledge Manager. But for those of you that missed out or haven't got it, don't worry. It's not exclusive. It's not something that just is only as part of the Kickstarter. They will be selling this on their store. You can actually go pre-order it. So that's pretty cool. If you wanted to, if you see this unboxing and you really like what you see and you want to add this to your collection, then that's an opportunity to do so. So here we go. We've cracked open the box, 40 Days in Daelore. So what we got here is, okay, so we got some interesting stuff. First off, actually, I'm surprised by this. There's actually a deck case inside of here that I wasn't expecting. So there's actually a case itself with the artwork from the front of the box. That's really cool. You'll notice within the 3rd edition of Too Many Bones, as well as all of the content, including Undertow, they started to use these style of boxes. I really like them. They're made of a really, I'm not sure, it's PVC for sure, but it's really durable. And it holds things really well. They're easy to store, keeps all the cards, nicely put together. And on top of it, has some wonderful artwork to show off. So if I crack into this, you've got a package here of encounter cards. Of course, this is going to get into potentially spoiler situations because, of course, you don't really want to read these. I don't really want to show you. I'll sift through them so you don't have to worry about skipping through the video. I'm going to sift through these things so you can see them kind of bits and pieces of them, but I'm not going to allow you guys to be reading them because I don't think anybody really wants this stuff to be spoiled. Next up, we have a really interesting case. This is really cool. Let me just get it properly closed up. So here it is. Check that out. So there's a really cool symbol on the top here, obviously for the 40 Days in Daelore, but look at that case. Super fancy. That's really awesome. I'm not sure if there's a gameplay reason for that, or if that's just simply a storage situation, but here's the fun part, is getting the chips out of here. So just with a couple shakes, they come right out. And now you've got yourself a little bit of a storage area for this stuff. So that's really cool. So here are the chips. There's nothing wrong with me showing these ones off because I, of course, want to show you some of the baddies and what's being added in here. So let's go ahead and cut into this. Take that packaging off, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly the types of chips. Besides dropping them, which I really don't want to do. See if I can get this wrap off without dropping any more of them. I have already sinned, so here we go. Let's take a stack at a time. So we're gonna have a mix here. Of course, these are gonna be 20-point baddies, 5-point baddies, and 1-point baddies. They're all mixed together. So we got one right here called the Bog Deserter. So there's one. This one here is the Goblin Pyro. Very cool. Next up, we've got the Kobold Infiltrator, Hardy, Bleed, and Compound. Whew, that guy seems tough. This guy here is a Bog Ribbits. You got Secrete and Poison. Nice. The Orc Blood Lord. Ooh. Some of these guys are pretty tough. Again, you've got another one of those Bog Ribbits. You've got a Troll. Let me see. Usurper? If I'm even saying, I don't even know if I'm saying that even half correct. So it's got Recover 2 and Aggravated. And then this one here is a Goblin Dealer. Jeez, that's pretty powerful. Oh, look at that. 20-point baddie. So we got, okay, so first off, the last couple that we just talked about were 20s. So there's 2 20s in here and 3 20s in here. 4 20s in here. Wow. And a 5 and a bunch of 1s. That's not all, though. There's another stack over here. So this one says Owl Bear Cub. Oh my goodness, are you serious right now? Yeah, that does say Owl Bear Cub. Blind Strike Inspire. This one here is the Dragon Igniter. Then we have a Troll Brewmaster. Very cool. This one right here is the Orc Skullbreaker. This guy right here is the Tipsy Troll. The Orc Axe Bearer. And lastly, we have the Orc Dandy. Those are some seriously unique characters. That's really cool. So basically, you're getting a pile this big, mixed of 25 and 1-point baddies to add into your game. So that's just awesome. Of course, I'm assuming that this chart that's underneath of this is going to explain some of the new skills. But maybe this actually covers some of the base stuff too. Like, it'd be really cool if this actually encompasses all the new stuff as well. So let's take a look. This I'm not familiar with. So again, PVC. It says right here, baddie skills and encounter terms. So that's really cool. I do not know what those blips are here, but they're obviously denoting something based on those symbols, which I'm going to have to become familiar with. Oh, that's what it is right there. Too Many Bones, Undertow, and 40 Days in Daelore. So they're telling you which ones are coming from which set. So that's awesome. So basically, if you go, oh, okay, Aggravated, for instance, only appears inside of the 40 Days to Daelore set. So that's really cool. So it does have every single baddie skill, I guess, listed here, which is awesome. And it even breaks it down in the legend per product. That's fantastic. So that's a great reference compared to what we had from before, and now it's going to have even more. On the back of this, it continues on because, of course, there's quite a bit. So I'll give you guys a bit there to pause if you want to actually go ahead and read any of that. And then, of course, same thing on this side over here. Pretty cool. And then on the bottom, you've got a special baddie chip icons. So this is going to be baddies may move diagonally when this baddie enters. So these must be new icons that show up, I guess, would be my assumption. So that's really cool. That's going to explain a little bit more about armor. This is when this baddie enters the battle mat. Add this many 5-point baddies to the top of the battle queue. That's bad. So like bring in reinforcements. Encounter card icons. So another breakdown of that. This is more This is going to be a lot more familiar to those of you that have played the game before. So that's just kind of really useful information. But that's really cool. I love having that. That's going to be super handy. We'll probably end up referencing this during the playthrough as well, because, I mean, that's just handy information in general, but that's going to do it. That is actually the content for 40 Days in Daelore. The last thing I'll show you guys is just a quick run through of the encounter cards. So again, I'm not going to sit there on any encounter card in particular. I'm actually not going to show you the other side of these cards at all, because those are when choices are made, and I really don't want to spoil that. I'm also going to move through these very fast. I'm not going to sit on them very long, so you're not going to be, seeing much of anything. So basically, I'm just going to kind of sift through them so you get a good idea. The first thing I'll let you guys know is that the first, let's see here, I think it's 21 they said? Yes. Oh, no, actually more. 22, close. So the first 22 of these are going to be from the general pool. So basically, you've got a whole bunch of encounters here that are going to be going into when you're playing with multiple people. So that's awesome, because more encounters is just going to spice up what you see. You may never see the same encounter twice, all that kind of thing. That's just awesome. And then you get to you can see general here gets to 23, and then we get into, 24, my mistake. And then we get to solo, if we can get this to focus again. There we go. 40 days, this is solo. So these are the solo cards, guys. So that's exciting. So these are the ones that are going to go into the solo play deck, which is awesome, having more encounters for that. And I'll be using that for sure if I can merge those in. These are the Tyrant Encounters, so these are going to spice up Drellin. You got 1 of 1, Maulmesh, and Nom. So you're going to get 3 Tyrant Encounters that basically can be added in for those particular Tyrants. So that's really cool. So that's going to do it. That actually concludes the unboxing of 40 Days in Daelore for Too Many Bones. That is an awesome upgrade. So if you guys are already getting this in the mail, that's fantastic. If you want to get this in the mail, again, you can head to their site in order to pre-order this, to add this into your collection. Very cool. Very, very impressed. It's never a bad thing to have more encounters and more baddies, giving you more replayability. That's what I'd like to call this expansion, really, is this is a replayability expansion, is really what this is doing. So that's awesome. I'm a big fan, and absolutely recommend it, because Chip Theory Games just does a fantastic job with the Too Many Bones series. It's one of my favorites, and there you go. There you have it. That is the unboxing. So that's going to conclude this one. Stay tuned. There's going to be one more for the Tyranny expansion, which is called the Age of Tyranny. So that's going to be crazy. We're going to go into that one next. So thank you so much for your support. If there's any comments you have about this box, any questions, if you want to make any comments about whether you're picking it up or not picking it up, or potentially pre-ordering it, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys' interest is in this game. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.